Today, let's talk about the power of trying again. I was thinking about an area of my life that, I've had ongoing for the past few years, like a side business. So I invested quite a lot of money in that period, in that business and other businesses that I was interested in as well. And I do have interest in business. I'm very curious in it. I don't really enjoy working in 9 to 5, even though I have worked in HR for the past couple of years now. I decided to definitely step away from it, and I just feel like I really just want to do my own thing. But of course, when you have your businesses and you say you want to do your own thing, you need to also take into consideration that there are bills, that you need money to survive, basically. Years down the line also, I've also invested in other kind of businesses and lost a lot. It can be quite draining when you feel like you are trying to invest into your future, put money into businesses, try different things, and you're not seeing that fruit. It can make you feel discouraged, let's be real. And especially for people who are entrepreneurs, honestly, I'm sure you guys can relate. And sometimes you try to do all the research and everything and it just doesn't click. It just doesn't click like everyone else. It clicks easier for some people, but for some of us, it's just you have to take your time, and it's for some of us, it feels like we have to do it all over and over and over and again, make so much mistakes, and just endure and really hope that maybe one day God will bless our hustle. That's the prayer. Despite what we think we're doing, whether we think we know it or we don't know it, the hope is, you know what, God, I am doing it as you said I should do. At least I'm not just sitting down, I'm taking action. Please cover for me in my weakness. Like his word says, his grace is sufficient for us, and he's our strength when we are weak or where we lack. Anyways, so I think I was just thinking of all of that and how I have invested in the past and lost a lot. So when it came back to me again to reinvest in that business and, do the things I had done before, because of course it's needed. It's part of the business and marketing. Honestly, I tensed up. I even started crying like a child. I was like, I don't want to do it again because I've lost so much money. There was that pain in my heart that I have given business opportunities, different things a chance, and every time it felt like I was failing or I wasn't getting anything back. So when that thought came up at that point, I was like, I don't have anything in me to give any business anymore. Why am I sharing this? Why am I talking about this? Sometimes it might not be a business opportunity. It could be friendships. It could be connections. It could be anything. Sometimes, you may have to shut the gate of your life and stop people from coming in so you can protect yourself. Especially if you've gone through things back to back with human beings, you've not had a break. Especially if you're someone who's going through healing, you're working through your trauma, you're going through life process in a way that can feel overwhelming. I'm not saying that you need to isolate for a long time or not allow new people into your life at all. All I'm saying is it's so important to be very discerning. And if you're, of course, Christian, seek God's face about who is coming into your life, because people are not normal. Human beings are not normal. I have to say this, I'm sorry. And one thing I'm noticing as well everywhere is everyone seems to be the one that is the good person. Everyone seems to be the one that is the genuine person. Everyone seems to be the one that is getting hurt by others. If everyone on TikTok and Instagram are saying that they're the good people and, it's all these things that we hear on social media, who are the villains? Are the villains not on social media? Are the villains also saying that they are good people? So who are the bad people? I rarely hear some of these creators speak about their weaknesses online. I rarely hear creators say, actually, I hurt that friend. Actually, I was jealous of that person. Actually, I was the one moving weary in the head. Now, weary means mad person. I rarely hear these content creators speak about how sometimes they've not taken accountability in their lives. But what I'm trying to say is that you might be someone who has gone through a lot with people and you're just fed up. You're tired. You're tired. You give people chance after chance after chance after chance, and they keep on hurting you back to back. So of course there comes a time you get tired and you're like, do you know what? Lock it off for a minute. let me just guard my energy. Let me just guard myself. Let me just guard my space. And that's okay. Because if you do not guard yourself, who else is going to guard you? If you do not show up for you, if you do not defend you, who else is going to do it for you? Because nobody is going to do it for you. Everyone is looking out for themselves. Every single person are looking out for themselves. They're not looking at you. So it's up to you to stand up for yourself, to defend yourself, to speak for yourself. Because that's life. That's life. One thing I am noticing with the fear of trying again is that it's not the thing itself. It's not that the fact that I need to reinvest in that business or that you need to take that chance on yourself again. It's not that thing itself that you're working on that is the pain. The pain is the memory of the disappointment that you have experienced, which is valid. But how can you push past that pain? How can you push past that fear, that doubt, and take a risk again? And try again. Yes, you may have not gotten it the last time, but you can try again. You can cast your net again. And Jesus said to Peter to cast his net again. Peter said, but Master, we've been doing that all day and we have caught nothing. But then he said to Jesus, but on your word. And as he did on the word of God, he then caught the fishes. He could have said, we've done it like 100 times. 200 times. There've been different people. We've tried it. Nothing came out. And then you're coming at the end of the day. Fishes are less likely to even be here at all. You're now telling us to go and cast our net. Jesus, I beg, leave that thing. I don't get strength again. Leave me. What if the past attempt was not necessarily about getting it right? What if it was about helping you to become a wiser person? What if it was helping you to become stronger and more resilient? When I look back on past relationships or connections that I may have lost, or for every connection that I've lost, for every relationship that I have come out of, I always realize that there is something for me to learn, and that if I was to go on to the next relationship or form of connection, I can do something different. Now, it does not mean that maybe old patterns may not show up here and there, because old patterns do not just magically disappear. Now, with Jesus, that's possible. I have now learned my lesson from the last relationship. What if all these losses, going back to it, is here to teach you? It may feel like it's breaking you. It may feel like you can't try again. But what if it's not here to kill you, but to actually teach you? And I'm speaking to myself right now, because we're all going through something too. We're all going through something. I'm speaking to myself and you. A reminder that you're not on this journey alone. There are other people in the world going through the exact same things that you are going through. If you are afraid to try again, I understand. You're just human. But don't allow fear wreck you or wreck your life. You don't want to be looking back 10 years from now and say, do you know what? Maybe I should have tried again. Everyone that we see now doing well today, I don't think they just got it at one go. Yeah, some people do in this day and age. Some people just get it easy. Let's be real. Some people can get it easy like that, but not everyone does. Majority of people do not get it easy in life. Majority of people have to keep on trying and trying and trying again. I was listening to a song today by Rod Wave. It's called The Last Lap. And there was this lyric that stood to me, although he was talking about it in a different context, because the song was, I think, about someone in his life, a friend that he may have had that, supported him, and he lost that friend, okay? This is the lyrics. He said here, gotta keep going in my brain. Gotta keep going in my brain, but in my heart, I'm feeling pain. You've got to keep going, whether you feel pain or not. I hear it. Sometimes you may have to pause. Sometimes you may have to wait and be still, but you're going to have to keep going. You're going to have to learn to see how you can work through that pain so that you can keep going. You can do both together, but never drop the fact that you have to keep going. Now, I know he was talking about someone in the song that must have supported him, must have loved him, must have encouraged him a lot. And he's here grieved, talking about how the death of this person has held him back in a way, but he has to keep going. And that's what life is about. Things will happen. Anything can happen. But you cannot stay and say, do you know what? I'm tired. It's okay to be tired, I get it, but you've got to keep going. Take that risk again. Try again. Of course, this time around, with the wisdom that you have gathered. You just never know. Maybe that one next step, that one last time, that one try again might be the breakthrough that you need.